Start record. It's okay now. Good man. Thanks, Jeff. All right, so this is the little Aussie. As we can see, it's we had this divergence here. Hold up. These are my tools. We have divergence across here, and we also had the extensions. So it's. Can you see the red? Let me know if you can't see the red. But we certainly there was a trade on there, and you'd be looking at it underneath this bar here again, potentially looking at it to trade this short. Some other questions were on the Euro CAD. If you're into this trade, your stop should be underneath this bar now. This is a reversal bar. You've had a high test bar. You've had a reversal bar. Clear indication that there's something bigger going on, and the phase one is not starting yet. So we should look to protect our capital. Okay, but let's get into the emails. The first one was, I thought I covered this yesterday because I remember seeing this. And as we know, that it was looking like a good setup, as this person has drawn. Everything's sitting there looking as a potential trade. But as I said, now you'd be looking to get out of that or protect your capital by moving your stop underneath there, which is what I've done. You can see I've moved my stop underneath this, which is going to save me sort of 0.5% or a little less than 0.5%. Yep. Okay. Trade management question. If the bar on entry is bullish or a buyer bar, then this counts as day one, therefore stop should be moved after day two behind it. Okay. So, if for example, you went in here, this is, this bar here is, that's your, can you guys see those green arrows? This bar here is your, this is your trade day, yeah? And so then you get, this is bar one and this is bar two. So here's your two buy bars. Well, the first one, the trade day, is not a buy bar, it's a seller bar, but it's your trade day. And then you get two buy bars, you move your stop, you can move your stop. Thanks, Jeff. You can move your stop after the second green arrow, which is your second buy bar. Yeah. So the bar on entry is bullish or a buy bar, then this counts as day one. Yes. Then wait for two more bars in the trade direction before moving stop. Yeah, if you get 4 bars in a row, yeah, absolutely. You can do that. Or until a reversal bar. Yes. Or if entry bar is a seller bar or bearish bar but still a higher high, then wait for 2 consecutive bars. Yes, so this is your entry bar. All right, I'll put this up here. This is your entry bar. Yeah. And it's a seller bar, right? But then you get 2 more buyer bars after that, and so you can move your stop after that. Should stop always be put behind the second bar? No, it doesn't have to go right behind the second bar. You can go behind this bar here. When I was into the pound trade, we got in. This is our this is the entry bar, and it's T1 trade 1, and it's a buy bar. Then you got this bar, and it's trade it's T2, And you can move your stop after that, and I did. I moved my stop up underneath this one. I didn't want to get too close to the market. And I get 2 more buyer bars, and I moved my stop to break even. Okay? So you can, it's just a reason to move the stop. It doesn't mean you have to move it right underneath it. In long-running trends, if capital is already protected and in profit, can discretion be used to remain in the trade through pullbacks, or do prop rules dictate? Well, in pullbacks, you get another opportunity to get in. So, you know, in this pullback, this trend was obviously happening. Let's look at the pound CAD, which was a good one. All right, so you're getting these pullbacks, but you're getting other opportunities to get back in. Yep. So you don't necessarily. You should be looking to get out there and then get back in again, and take it for the next one. Get out here and then look to get in again, according to the rules. You know, riding these waves down, you don't know if this wave down is going to be a full pullback. So therefore, you're destroying profit if it does happen. The idea is to get out of the near the top and then pull back. You missed the start. Sorry, mate. Was Monday the 1st a good entry? Well, on both of them, there's similar trades on Euro CAD, CAD Swiss. I went in on this day here. Is it a good entry? Well, it doesn't look so good now, does it? But I moved my stop underneath this reversal bar this morning. So, is it a good entry? Well, hindsight says not really. So going back to this ML, in a long-running trend, how to capture 300, 500, 1,000 pips run when they occur as management rules would seem to indicate that you would be unable to ride through the trend through minor pullbacks and phases and have to keep jumping in and out. Yeah, but you're still getting, if you try and pick the bottom of a 1,000 pip run and the top of it, good luck with that. I know very few people who can manage that, or have even heard of people doing it. It's more arse than class if they do. But if you manage to get 600 or 700 pips of that 1,000 pip run, surely you'd be happy with that. And by doing that, you're riding the phase one, getting out as it pulls back, and then rides at new phase one. Is it risky to stay in the trend with once you've got some profit locked in with the stop, or is it too risky? Well, it's not risky, but I think it's foolhardy, to be honest. You're trying to get a lotto trade when you've got a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. You're going to give that bird in the hand and chase the 2 in the bush. Okay, you've locked the bird in the cage, and now you're going after the 2 in the bush. That just doesn't make sense. I think the bird in the cage is going to scare the 2 in the bush away. There you go. There's an analogy for you. So keep exiting. Yeah, try and get in and out as it goes along. Right. So you do not stay in the trend. As I said, I don't think you do. You get out at the end of phase one and you look for another entry back into it. Yep. So the pound, you can see here, I took that phase one. Have I written this down? No. All of that mess I haven't bothered with, and now I'm back in the new phase one. Yeah. And I've traded the pound several times. All the way, hell, I traded the pound. I bought the pound down here. Yeah, and I've been in and out of it all the way along. If I could have stayed in there and ridden it all the way, yeah. But the idea is to get in and out and make money along the way, obviously. Looks like you took a 4-hour on the pound. Yeah, I did. I did take a 4-hour on the pound yesterday afternoon. This little swing low here, and got slipped from efforts. Thanks, and had my stop underneath here and managed to ride that. There's another little entry there again if you want. Play place a limit order there. Yeah, so I did take another 4 hour last night, or yesterday afternoon actually. Okay, EuroCAD. Just coming to this. This was a question from yesterday. Again, I missed the email, but I saw the. I remember seeing this, and it was all good. Is it best to admit my mistake and get into capital protection mode now and put the stop under the high test bar? Yeah, you could. Absolutely, you could have. I prefer not to sort of panic on the first. It's still a higher high and a higher low. Yes, it is a test bar, and it's obviously now proving to be more than just you know a test bar. That it's actually the market's still got some sellers in it. But I prefer not to panic on just on the one bar. Now we've got this reversal bar. I am sort of not panicking. I'm just moving into capital protection mode. Do you think the EuroCAD has another upward cycle in it? I think the Euro is due for a run, yes. And therefore the EuroCAD does too. Do you think the overall trend is over and it will not reach the highs of 2008, 2009? Yeah, quite possible. If the Euro runs, as I expect it will soon, then it could easily get there, especially if the CAD has had a couple of good signals of turning in its economy, but that's not necessarily signs of a strength just yet. If you chose the EuroCAD over the CAD Swiss, looks like it's near all-time low. The CAD Swiss, yeah. Well, it's certainly a different looking chart than the EuroCAD. Does the Euro Swiss being near the floor influence the CAD Swiss trade? It could influence the Swiss side of it, yeah. And the Swissies got that intervention against the euro, and that could unbalance things, absolutely. Swissy crosses will be strengthening, they'll be bottoming as approaches that floor, yeah. Could you please let me know where your stop is on the pound US? My stop on the pound US on my daily trade is still here. It's around just under 66, so 65.92 I think I've got of that. And the stop on my 4 hours here. So if you look at the 4 hour, this is where my daily stop is, and it's still there at 65.92, and my 4 hours 66.18 I think it is. Managed to hang on by a pip or so. Yeah. Are you online? Yeah, you are. Cool. Yep. Okay. Invoice Aussie dollars. Next one. Aussie dollar. This EuroCAD entry. Aussie dollar. Yeah, there's divergence there. There's more to this. There's more to the. Oh no, sorry, there's reversal, isn't it? Sorry, my bad. Stronger resistance, yes. Class C. Well, I'd say Class A. It's minor Class A, but it's Class A. Even here I can see the. There's white poking through the top of the yellow, so it's certainly a higher high. And if you put your mouse on and measure it, move out of the way, you can see that's definitely lower there. Yeah, so I'd say Class A, but yep, there's certainly divergence. Extensions. Yeah, I didn't like this because it's only 2 bars. I prefer a bit more of a move, so I measured this one. Either way, if you measure this one, the 1.618 is up here on the highs as I've done. You can see there that 1.618 is coming through the highs of those. Yep. But it's reasonable to go in underneath this bar, and you should be in the trade. Now, because there's certainly a lower low there now. Okay, Kiwi. Yeah, there's definite divergence. There was divergence from this high to these highs, and there's also divergence across these 4 bars here. There's divergence here as well. So this is certainly you don't get many better setups than that. Big resistance off previous high. Yeah, if we go to the weekly, we'll see that high. Let's see, it's certainly a lot slower, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Large resistance here, even off this high here. Yeah. Bang. And that should play out. So you might find support back down around here somewhere in the 84s. And if you draw your Fibonacci, you can set that up, looking for, you know, for support. Yeah. And so that we've got the EMA, everything there, ready to, and you sort of say, well, that's my target area for maybe a new phase one long if it's going to play out. Yep. But you're short, good trade. Okay. Euro dollar long. Yeah, look, I think it will go long, but I don't think it's ready for it yet. And the technical setup is there, everything's there. This is a few extensions, yep. But you need to draw a fib. Okay. I can't see if I can see why you've drawn this extension is to see this end of phase, the end of this phase. All right. We've got RSI convergence. But I need to see a fib for support on this. And this pink one, I'm not sure what this pink one's telling me. I can't see the numbers. But again, it looks like you're drawing extensions there. Target based on the trend line. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, if you look at the, let's have a look at the, well, if you look at the Kiwi dollar, or Aussie Kiwi, sorry. Let me look at the euro. I want to show you. I didn't enter off for a golfing bar. I didn't enter the trade personally, but it wasn't an engulfing bar. It was having your order in under there. I might have entered on an engulfing bar, but not off an engulfing bar. Your order should have been underneath this. Yeah. Where was I? Euro. The Fibonacci that you should be looking at, okay, is that. And you're saying you got the 786 support. Yep. And if you're in this, you should be potentially, the euro looks a little different in MetaTrader. Oh no, it's similar. It's an engulfing bar, so your stop should remain there. You've got trend lines going everywhere in this thing. Yeah. But if we have a look at the Aussie Kiwi, I just want to. Those of you who like trend lines, wonderful thing to me. Put that on that. and then we come to this one and put that on there, and then we have a look at last night. I took Euro long now, having a golfing side. Well, I'll leave the stop alone. Yes, leave the stop alone at this stage. Yeah, I do think the Euro will take off, and you've got Draghi talking tonight, so there's an argument to get out just on that basis. Excuse me, that the ECB is meeting tonight, so you could potentially get out on out of the trade on that basis, but get out of capital protection mode like that. Yeah, it's a hard one. I think it's going to take off tonight, personally, but it's hard to see that in price action. It's just a gut feel, and I can't tell you to trade my gut feel. Look, I'd be looking to get out of it and have another look at it tomorrow or tonight after Draghi. You could tighten the stop, yes, or even get out of half your trade and leave the stop where it's at. So that in that way, you're still reducing your exposure. Take the hit on half of your trade, and then leave the stop under here, and that way you got. If it does go, you've still got a potential upside of the trade. All right. Kiwi short. Yes, all good. What's this? Pound long 4 hour. Yeah, that's the one I took yesterday afternoon. You sent me this last night. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I took. There. Yeah. So that's good. I like that. Did you draw the fib right? Yep. Perfect. High highs. Support, yes. Yep. Cool. Euro Aussie long phase 2, short term but longer term uptrend. Okay, this divergence is not what you want to see. You want to see divergence out of this. See this selling pressure that's coming down here. You've got to see the divergence out of that. Yeah. Yeah. You've got to see the divergence out of this selling momentum, this selling pressure, not just from the previous low. Okay, so this is not a setup. There's no divergence there. Kiwi yen and similar. You've got to see divergence here out of this. It's a little too, all of this mess is just a little too sideways to count it in. It's this momentum here. You need to see the divergence out of. Okay, so again, I don't see a trade in the Kiwi yen. It looks great, nice high test and pullback, but yeah, I just don't see a trade in it. Certainly valid, but not great. Risk reward, possibly strong resistance. I'll put the fib on the short time. Pink one. Yeah, I opened it up this morning and saw it and went, oh, that looks lovely, but I don't see any divergence. It's here that I need to see divergence, and you're not going to get it when you get such a massive, fast turnaround. You're just not going to get it. So, where would you put your extensions? You could put them here, and you're just in the zone. we need to see a strong horizontal up here, and do we have a strong horizontal up here? Reasonable one. It's not huge strength. In fact, what am I doing on this? Let's get an E signal. I'll get more data. Yeah, even there, it's going back 15 years. It's not hugely strong. That's the strong one. Yeah, so don't like the trade. Sorry. Okay. When you draw charts, okay, on this yellow doesn't look too good. I don't, is it better? You guys see that? Someone said the yellow is not too good. Okay, Kiwi shorts. Change the check out. Kiwi shorts. Yeah, even not 2 bars, but these 4 bars. That's after the fact, but you've certainly had it from this one here. So this move has had that exhaustion. That's good. That's all there. And notice you're looking at Kiwi yen as well. And again, I say that this is not the because you've had this move and then a pull back and then another move up. Unlike the Kiwi, which is pretty much just one-way traffic, there's one bar down and then it's back up again. Yeah. But this is more than 1 bar down. This is 2 bars down and then sideways and then up. And it's this up bit that we need to see the divergence on, and we're not seeing that. CAD long. Yeah, look, it's in your zone. It's in the area to get long, but it's just not showing us any attempt by the buyers to step in and take this. Some news on it out tonight, which might change that situation. We've got a low test bar now on the current action. It'll take forever on figuring E signal. I don't even have the right bar on there. Yeah, we're expecting to see buyers here. I haven't seen them yet though. The stop would be under here. I'd like to see a higher high and a higher low and a buyer bar. That's a signal that the bulls are stepping in. But as to your bullish, yes. Well, I disagree. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. And you might be drawing your fib from there. Now just put that bar in. Yeah, draw your fib from there to there. I've got a longer term fib here. Look at that. Just holding it in. Where's that fib from? Okay, from that high to that low, from that high to that low, we've got the Fibonacci sitting there. There's as a resistance, and that's the 50% of the move back up. It's interesting. Wait for the buying, mate. Wait for the buying. Haven't seen it yet. Okay. Aussie phase 2. Daily trend reversal short. Bearish hidden divergence. No, look, in hidden divergence, we look for it in the downtrend. We look for it from the highs to the highs. Okay, so from this high to this high, there was that hidden divergence. In an uptrend, you're not looking. You're looking at the highs for reversal divergence, which is what you're seeing here. Well, this was, I'm not sure what this momentum indicator, but yeah, you're seeing that divergence there. Yep, strong resistance. Yeah, I'd potentially get rid of these two and just use one, or just get rid of two of them and use one, whichever one you prefer. I'd stick to that one. Yeah. This is the 4 hour. Okay, and it's showing you divergence. Okay, good. Yeah. We're looking for it to get back down to this sort of 92 area. There's not going to be much in it. EuroCAD, Nick, your question. Yesterday's bar, yes, answered that. Alright, the last one is Euro Pound. Direction of the trend continuation, long, 80 pips. Yeah, Euro Pound. I had done some analysis on that myself. Yeah, you got that trend line, this trend line, but it's just, I think, a little messy at the moment. Will be if entry triggers makes higher highs, but current bar is a seller bar. Yeah, Thursday is making higher with signal euro treatment. No, he doesn't want the euro to go higher. Absolutely. There's an article this morning about how much he wants it lower. Hurting German manufacturing and exports too much. Yes, it's a no trade. I think he wants it lower, but I don't know if he's going to get it. What he wants and what he actually gets is two different things. But he'll be talking it down as much as possible. So it ticks a lot of boxes on the checklist, and under normal circumstances I would have placed this trade. I'm conflicted with the trade, and as we've been told, to expect Draghi and the ECB to do whatever it takes to keep the euro down so they don't further damage their already fragile economy and exports. That's a fair call. I'm with you on that. So I've decided to wait until news and then on Friday review it. Is this the right plan of action? Absolutely. Or should I just place the trade and therefore it might only trigger if Draghi leaves to do its thing? I had a similar problem last week as Aussie, as my fundamental view is bearish, so I missed this long trade. Can you please comment further on what you see and not what you think with some contextual fundamentals? Well, fundamentals kind of make you, gives you the idea of this is what I think it should be doing, doesn't it? So trade what you see and not what you think. You know, I prefer to trade what I see when it confirms with what I think. which is when the fundamentals and the technicals align. Sometimes you will get setups though, such as the Aussie, where it's against the fundamental belief that the Aussie should be lower because of our economy. You know, that the setup is just too good, you've got to take it. And that's when you're trading what you see and not what you think. How to discern which is going to be those kind of setups as to that you should be trading when it's against your fundamentals. That's a little, yeah, I don't know. That's I suppose it's more of gut feel. Again, it's not something I can really explain to you how, but at times I'll see things that I go, okay, well, maybe my fundamental understanding is incorrect. And the Aussie last week was one of those. You know, the CAD. My fundamental belief is that the CAD's bottomed and it's is turning. So, but there's a lot of setups in the CAD in terms of taking it shorter. Continued weakness in the CAD, and then that's kind of against my fundamental belief. But at times, your fundamentals can be wrong as well. In terms of the euro, I think it's due for a run higher. Everything else has run. And it hasn't. You look at all the euro crosses, you just go through the euro crosses, you can see that it's performed poorly against most pairs, and you go, well, so there's, well, except for maybe the euro yen, but it's performed worse than, say, the Swiss yen. The euro Aussie, obviously, is underperforming, euro CAD, underperforming, or just doing phase 2 effectively. Euro Swiss going bloody nowhere as it always does. Euro pound underperforming. Euro yen, well, against the yen. Euro Kiwi underperforming. Euro US just doing bugger all. I think it's due for a run. Again, that's more of a gut feel than a fundamental, but as you mentioned, Draghi wants it lower. Because over the last sort of 2 years, it's gone from $1 down here. What's that? Where's my price? $1.20 to almost $1.40 in 2 years, and that's as you say, going to hurt the export business and the euro, and it's contributing to the stagnation in the euro. How he's going to combat that? But probably he could come out tonight and say, we're going to have negative interest rates. They've already got some negative interest rates out there, but he could increase that to get people to spend. But then, as people spend, that puts it's a tricky business. How he's going to push that down, I don't know. He might want to push it down, and the market will take it higher. Well, the only thing I can say to you, Andrew, is if in doubt, stay out. But when you get things like the pound that conform with your idea, and you watch the pound rally if they do make the euro shit itself, because there'll be money flooding out of Europe into the pound. When things conform and correlate, then away you go. And for March, there was I was explaining to a guy yesterday that there's only I did 5 trades in the month of March, 2 at the start, 3 at the end. One of those is still going, which is the pound, and it was 2.5% a month. There was 3 weeks in the middle of March that there was nothing there, and that can be the case. But all of a sudden, everything just goes bang. Right, I'm long the pound and the dollar yen. Well done. How would you recommend handling them with non-farm payrolls tonight? Mate, my feelings on non-farm payrolls. I don't think it's that big of an issue. Central bankers like tonight are. Dollar yen, I think is well, we can talk about it tomorrow if you want, but I think the dollar yen is getting overheated. Yeah, it's made a higher high. It's due for a bit of a pullback. So you've got a bit of a test bar forming already. I'd be looking to potentially lock some profit in. You're overheated. Get out of half your trade and then trail your stop for the next bit, because phase 2 could come, and non-farm payrolls could be the instigator for that. As to the pound, similarly, we're not overheated, far from it. And your stop should be in profit mode. Do you want to get out of it? I don't, and I won't. I'm not, as I said, I'm not too fussed about non-farms. And if you're over in Perth, champ, this week, then you can watch it live instead of waiting until midnight. What is your view on the Swissy? View on the Swissy is similar to the Euro. Not liking this price action. It's been in a nice downtrend, but yeah, it's just shitty at the moment, and I'm waiting for the Euro to give me a better entry than what it is, and I'm just being patient there. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for today. Thank you, and we shall see you tomorrow. Good luck tonight with the ECB. All right, Mel. Ciao, guys.